Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sewer Sesh Episode 1. My name is Mac.
My name is Sewer Goblin, aka JP.
My name's Landon.
And we are down in the sewers for a sesh.
We
But
are
I'm pissed.
session, smoking weed. Well, I'm smoking weed,
You
but
smoking
everyone
weed,
else.
I'm eating mac and cheese. Landon's
He's
probably on
Mac.
his
I'm just here.
Peloton right
He's
now.
Mac eating that cheese, bruh. He's Mac
Say
eating
I'm probably
that
on my
cheese.
Peloton.
Yeah.
Where you get that cheese, Danny?
Don't worry about it.
So anyway,
I'll make 'em a night.
we were talking about your ranking for Devitalized stuff. Give me your ranking.
So
Give me S tier through F tier.
S tier through F tier of ranking of the Devitalized songs.
Yes.
I'm not going to do S tier or F tier. I'm just going to do what I like the most to what
Okay.
I like the least.
That's fair. Hit me.
Godslayer is number 1 for me.
Okay.
False Reality is number 2 because it gives me heavy Killswitch Engage vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Like that good 2000s melodic metalcore
Mm-hmm.
vibe. X_X, third.
Mm-hmm.
Deep Cuts would be fourth.
Wow.
And I don't really listen much to the Resurgence EP just because that never really stuck out with me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, a little backstory on the Resurgence EP. So, clearly that was the first EP that Devitalized ever dropped. It consisted of 5 original, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it contained 5 original of the Reverse the Curse songs, so my old band. And the reason why we dropped that EP is because I went back and remastered and remixed all of those songs vocally and add a little bit more bass and loudness. And then my brother was like, well, I want to drop music under Devitalized. That way there it doesn't feel like we have like a single and then like that's it. Because we wanted people to be listening to us on all platforms. You know, we wanted, and if we're one song, like if we're like a one song band, nobody's gonna be like listening as much because people get bored of one song pretty quickly. So I was like, yo, listen, what if we take all of our popular Reverse the Curse songs, mix them again, add some bass, add, better, like make it cleaner, drop it, make some CDs, we'll have the EP. And my brother was like, bet. Also, those were the songs we were playing live. So that's kind of how that whole thing came about. But yeah, that's when we were more of a metalcore approach. But now that our new album is almost done, which I'm excited I can finally talk about because legally, part of my, with my team and stuff is I wasn't allowed to talk about it until actually around this time. Just for the sole purpose that studio and marketing and like all that, like fucking agent stuff. So our new album is called State of Aggression. It's coming out in March or April. We don't have a confirmed date because we're still working on artwork and stuff like that. But it's gonna be taking more of like a deathcore, hardcore kind of turn. Like we're going to that new age of deathcore, but also the new age hardcore where it's like heavy hitters, but they're like 3-minute, 3.5-minute or shorter songs.
Would you say more up the area of Knocked Loose hardcore? Or
No,
Alpha Wolf hardcore?
I'd say more like Kublai Khan. And it sounds like Darko mixed with Kublai Khan.
Ooh.
Like Darko.
Ooh, that's gonna be good.
So
That's gonna be good.
our new song, which I can't say. I mean, I feel like people are already gonna know about it, but we have a new song coming out in late February. We're going to be announcing it very, very shortly. We do have to take some band photos. We have a bunch of promos coming up. We're very, very excited for this song for the sole purpose that it's immediately you can hear like how different we sound with this new lineup and this just new like lyrics, and because we scrapped a lot of our album and rewrote all the songs except for the 4 singles that we have out right now.
I think it also helps too that you have, I think previously you've told me that the past members of Devitalized all had different directions they wanted to do with the music.
Yes. So
But now
like our old
everyone,
drummer liked more metalcore, and then our old bassist was more into like grindcore and stuff like that, black metal, and then our old guitarist was very into progressive, and me and my brother like hardcore, deathcore, metalcore. We were on the more like bass spectrum. Um, Whereas our new lineup all love hardcore, all love like super crazy deathcore, stuff like that. So it was way easier to write this album. I mean, we banged it out in. If we start, let's say we started in October, so we banged out this album in about almost 4 months.
Wow. That's fast.
Yeah, we sat down in a Dawson's basement. This is actually how it happened. So I had a drum track that I had programmed with just like on my own years and years ago, and it was really not the best, but it was enough where I enjoyed it. And I knew it could turn into something cool.
Yeah.
So when I went to Dawson's house after he had become a member, I brought him the drum track and I said, "Hey, you want to just write over this? Like, you want to make a song over this? Like, because we're trying to get this album done, and we're behind, and like, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to be back." And he was like, "Yeah, let's listen to it." So we put it into his DAW, and he just started playing, and he comes up with stuff on the spot, really, really, really good. So at
Very
one
improv.
point, he's very good at improv. Yeah, so he was killing it. Like, it was good. Like, I was like, holy shit, like, this is a ripper. And I'm pretty sure Max heard the song, and you, Landon, the new upcoming one.
Yes.
yeah, I think I heard it.
Yeah,
So
I think I have.
basically, with all that being said, after we finished the song, you know what? We finished the song. We started in September, finished it in October. We finished the first song of the album around that time. So, anyway, flash forward to like mid-October. Robbie, our producer, our behind the scenes guy, was like, "Hey, you guys ready to like record a song? You guys want to record some music?" And I was like, honestly, yeah, this song's kind of a banger. He listened to it. He's like, I like it a lot, but I think it could be better. I think we could make it way, way, way better. And I was like, okay, you know what? Let's see it. Let's see what he's about. So we drove up to New York after 2 weeks. So we finished the song in Dawson's studio in the beginning of October, and then we booked studio time in October, and like midway through October we went to the studio. Ripped the track we finished it in 1 day. Completely, like guitars, drums, vocals was the second day. And it was killer. It was fucking killer. It was really, really, really fun. It came out way better than we expected, and as soon as that happened, we all were like, we can get this album done quick. If it takes us less than a month to finish one song, we were only getting together on Fridays, and we only did it 3 times, so only about 3 Fridays. Within 2 weeks of finishing that song, we started working on the album, and shit's been sounding great, and we're actually headed up less than a week. The end of this week, we're headed up to finish it, and we're very, very excited because it sounds really good. Like, it sounds really, really good.
Nice.
It's very heavy. It's very heavy.
I can't wait.
Amazing.
Same. This has been for me about a year and a half in the making, because I first met JP when they dropped Deep Cuts.
You know what's crazy though is this album has been ripped to shreds, bro. We've changed this album at least 15 times, bro. Like, we've had like, at first it was going to be an EP, and then it was going to be an album, and then it was going to be an EP again, and then we were just going to remaster a bunch of the old Reverse the Curse songs, and we were like, nah, bro, we can't do that. So after about 2 years, we finally were like, we're done. We're finally done. Like, we were finally like, knew what we wanted to do, and here we are. And I'm very, very proud of what has come out of. I mean, me, Dawson, JoJo, Tay, we've worked very hard on the album. We spent a lot of time making this something that people can listen to and relate to, because, you know, it's hard. It's not easy getting into a studio and recording songs and writing songs, because a lot of the times you'll start making up riffs and then you'll be like, well, that sounds too similar to this band, and we're trying to stray away from sounding like another band. There are some Alpha Wolf sort of guitar parts, though. Funny enough, you said that earlier because you were like Alpha Wolf. There's one song
with the like the
no. So there's actually
one.
there's one song that we have where there's a riff that sounds slightly similar to an old Alpha Wolf like song from their the album that has like Sub-Zero on it.
I was just gonna say, is it Sub-Zero? Because I love Sub-Zero.
It's not Sub-Zero, but it's on the album, and it has it's a similar sound. It's not a copy and paste, but it's similar. And we were like laughing, making jokes about it. But that's actually the heaviest song on our second heaviest song on our album.
On the album Fault, or the
yeah.
EP Fault by Alpha Wolf.
No. The song that we have the same sort of riff is the heaviest song on our album.
Yeah. I'm just saying the EP Fault.
Oh yeah,
that's a good one.
Okay, yeah. It is a good EP though.
It is. Alpha Wolf makes some bangers.
Go listen to Fault by Alpha Wolf. Anyone who's watching, you'll have your life changed.
Just Alpha Wolf in general, honestly.
I think they're coming out with a new album this year.
Yeah, they are actually. Because they released
Bring Back the Noise.
And I've seen some stuff in the Metalhead Hangout of leaks, and they're dropping soon.
I've seen some stuff in the server that which shall not be named.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
What are you guys looking forward to next year, release wise?
I'm honestly looking forward to a new Kublai Khan album. I love Kublai Khan for the sole purpose that they make good music, they make relatable music, they aren't like weirdos, and they're really, really good live.
Yeah.
And all their songs are different too. All their songs are different. Like, you know how hard it is to find a hardcore band that doesn't have the same song? Yes. Because, like, listen, I love my local scene. I'm very stray away from the beef and drama. I don't like that stuff, especially when it comes to Devitalized, because at the end of the day, we come from a very professional background. We want to make it a career. And also, you know, a lot of people will try to start things and make people and then point fingers and stuff like that. Personally, for Devitalized, like, bands like us and bands don't like us. The bands that don't like us, they don't like us because when we play a show, we have a rack setup and we have higher tech gear, and, you know, we use a click track. And the bands that do like us are the ones that are doing the same stuff as us, you know, like they have the same sort of live aesthetic, right? So there's like local hardcore bands and metal bands that are like, yeah, Devitalized, they're great, we love them, they're great dudes, but they're the ones who are also trying to be professional. And then there's like the local hardcore bands and stuff that are like, oh, they're like, they use this, and they're like, the
gatekeepers of the local community.
Exactly.
Don't gatekeep your core, kids.
And yeah, and it sucks because I have no problem with any of the local bands at all. I mean, except like the weird ones, you know, that are like doing scummy shit. But like, I care a lot about the people in the scene because I want everyone to succeed. I want everyone to find their path for their music or their craft. But I feel like so many people turn it into a competition, and it's like, bro, we're all doing this for the same thing. We're all hungry. We're all trying to eat, you know? So
it's like those videos of people rapping like the rent is due. Like, it's the same thing.
Exactly. You know, and it's a lot to deal with. Because I've had plenty of occurrences where people have messaged me and have been like, I've heard this about you and da da da, and I don't even know that person, bro. I don't even know that person you're talking about because, like, I think they're just mad at me for
being better.
Well, I don't think I'm better than anyone.
Not being better, but like, it's the hate us because they ain't us thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, hold on a second. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've been scrolling Steam while you guys were talking because I have $50 on my account and I'm trying to use it. There's there's an official Alex Jones game.
Yo, buy it.
How much is it?
It's $17.
$17 is fucking insane, dude.
Do you guys want to hear the description of this?
Yes.
Go for it.
Play the official Alex Jones video game. Save the world from the evil globalist plot to turn everyone into bug-eating, pod-dwelling libtards. Stay tuned for future bonus levels and characters. It's a run and gun, too.
What? Yo, that's wild.
Featuring iconic and often humorous catchphrases from Alex Jones himself, adding flavor to every combat scenario. Special guest vocals by Ryan Katsu Rivera.
I'm gonna go Game of the Year.
No, that's amazing.
Game of the Year.
Game of the Year, bro. That is Game of the Year right there. Fire.
I just got it.
Hell yeah, bro. Just wasted his money.
You know what release I'm excited for this year?
Hit me.
Like, I'm not a Bring Me the Horizon.
Okay, I agree.
I'm really excited for that album because the singles have all sounded really good for me. Like, I've loved the singles that have come out.
Yeah, I'm actually enjoying Bring Me's new singles.
I'm excited because I feel like they're starting to realize that
they need to go back to
what they were, and I'm not saying Bring Me the Horizon did anything wrong with what they did because I see it from a perspective of like
I like some of what they did, but they're old. They're older, heavier. Like they're really good at that.
Well, okay, so like 2017 was around the time where like everyone was starting to become rap and pop and stuff like that. So clearly Bring Me the Horizon wanted to stay afloat. Clearly Bring Me the Horizon wanted to attract a new fan base because the scene of metal was slowly starting to go away. And I get that. And then that's what they did. And look how big they got. They became like one of the biggest bands in the world. And I think it's funny because I feel like the true reason why they blew up is because Can You Feel My Heart became a really big meme. But we'll like talk about that later.
Yeah,
but I will say that they did blow up like all over, like mainstream, for the fact that they were making radio music. But now deathcore and metalcore and hardcore and grindcore and all these like metal bands are starting to come back. It really, exactly. Kind of started with Lorna Shore, right? Because they became so popular.
Lorna Shore blew up with
exactly.
The Hellfire.
Exactly. Good marketing. They had good marketing. They were getting posted all over TikTok, stuff like that.
I think it also helps too that Lorna Shore brought a unique sound to the table that absolutely blew up because nobody's heard a song like the Pain Remains trilogy before or Sun Eater.
Yes.
Sure, there are symphonic death metal bands like Flesh God Apocalypse or even Shadow of Intent who's trying the same thing, but Lorna Shore wrote it in a way where it
makes
heavy.
You sad.
You can relate to it so much,
and it's just fun to listen to.
Yeah, I've heard so many people say that Pain Remains altogether was unlike anything they've ever heard, and like
it still is.
Soul. So, completely. Although I will say, and I know this is going to be an L take, I liked Lorna Shore a lot, but I will say that after some of the songs came out, I did get a little bored of the sound. That is not that I dislike them in any way, because for me personally, I'm very, very into. Aside from metal, I listen to a lot of rap. I listen to a lot of indie. I listen to a lot of alternative music. I know, crazy, right? I like sad music. I like music that makes me feel things. And as much as I loved Lorna Shore, I will say that the only thing I would feel after listening to like the album that they dropped, like Into the Earth and Sun Eater and stuff like that, it started to just get progressively like, it felt like I was listening to the same song and it was like 30 minutes. You know.
Yeah, they're all pretty samey.
You know, it was like it'd be like dun dun dun.
I feel like the breakdowns in Pain Remains were a lot of the same thing.
Yes.
That's not really killed the song for me.
And it's not that the music is bad. It's not bad at all.
They definitely have to switch it up.
It's just exactly. So like one reason why I loved the new Chelsea Grin dual EPs is because every song had a different sound, but they all had they were all still Chelsea Grin. And that's
they were also Chelsea Grin. They were all still like a put together album. Mm-hmm. Like a good put together album.
Like if you go listen to Forever Bloom and then you go listen to the 2 different songs, 2 different vibes, 2 different
sounds. Amazing songs too.
But it's still Chelsea Grin.
Yeah. They're both amazing songs. Actually, did you guys see some of the ex-members of Chelsea Grin made a new band?
Yes. Okay. Let's talk about it. You want to talk about this? Let's talk about it. Chelsea Grin 2 dropped before GTA 6. And you know what? I'm all for it. I think this lineup is listen.
They're going to make some magic.
I know some things about Chelsea Grin that I'm not like. I know a little bit about some of the stuff that happened in like lore, and everything that happened is good, and I'm very proud of them for their album, and I'm proud of Tom and David and Steven and Nathan. They're killing it. They're doing great. What I will say though is when Pablo left to go fulfill. He went to actually fill in on drums for like a country band, I think. You know, good for him.
I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Chelsea Grin is no longer with Rise Records. I think their contract ended and they just never redid their contract. But now they're solo. So Alex, Pablo, and Jake starting a new band is huge because they're going to bring back that original Chelsea Grin sound. They're going to bring back that 2008 deathcore that everyone misses, and they're going to kill it because you know what? Pablo's not a pedophile, Alex isn't a pedophile, and Jake isn't a pedophile. I'm not saying any of the current Chelsea Grin members are. They're not. I'm just saying like. They're going to be the only
2008 deathcore.
They're going to be the only 2008 deathcore sounding band in 2024 that aren't fucking weirdos. Because seeing Alex the way he is now, seeing that he's recovered vocally, physically, mentally, I can already guarantee you that this is going to be the next big band. And if they end up touring, I hope it's not like a Darko style thing where it's like we're just going to drop.
Where they just drop music.
Yeah.
I hope they tour because. I truly believe that they're going to have a lot of potential.
I would love to see some one-off like Darko shows. Like even if they're not even near here, I would love to see some one-off Darko shows because that would be insane.
I agree, but they're going to need a lineup for it. I don't want them to backtrack half of it.
Yeah, because Josh does the drums and the guitar, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, which he kills it. To be fair. Speaking of new Darko, they're coming out with stuff soon, right?
They are. They're dropping a new song in a month, actually.
I was gonna say it was pretty. They said something on Instagram.
So Shanghai King came out. I think it's coming. I think they're going to be announcing it at the end of this week, and then I think the new song will either come out at the end of the month or it's going to come out sometime next month. But it's going to be very, very shortly. I did like Shanghai a lot. I very much like the vibe they're going for. It grew on me.
Yeah.
It definitely grew on me because in the beginning I was like,
Shanghai was a little weird at the beginning, but I'm liking it now.
I like it.
It was really good. What was the other one they dropped? It was the one they dropped on Halloween. Rampage. Yes, Rampage. I love Rampage from the beginning. First time I heard it, and now love Rampage.
Rampage is good as fuck. But I do like Shanghai more. So yeah, but I'm really excited for how do you say it? Like a mena? It's like a Amiona. I think it's Amiona.
The Chelsea Grin 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. That's gonna be good.
It's Amiona. So I think it's gonna be a really, really, really big thing. I think a lot of people are gonna love it. I'm excited to see what they do with it. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, if it turns out being like actually, which from what they've shown us so far, it does sound like old Chelsea Grin. I might be a new fucking. I might glaze for Amiona. I might glaze.
No way you just said that.
I might dick ride for some Amiona, bruh. Sounds good. It sounds like it's gonna be hard. But yeah, I'm excited to drop new music soon. I'm really stoked for the future of Devitalized. We've been working really, really hard, and if people listen to it, hell fucking yeah. If people don't, hell fucking yeah. At the end of the day, this album is like our blood, sweat, and tears, and we're just happy to be finally like putting it out. After so much change, like it's finally like it's finally done. It's finally in our hands. It's finally just. State of aggression.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very new. It's exciting. It's very exciting. I know y'all motherfuckers are gonna listen to it. I'll probably send it to y'all.
Absolutely.
I think.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna love. I can already tell I'm gonna love it just by what you've told us today. I'm going to love it.
It's just I mean, okay, so I'll say that what I'm more excited for is the re-recorded singles.
Yeah,
like re-recorded X_X, re-recorded Godslayer, re-recorded Deep Cuts, re-recorded False Reality. Those songs. Oh,
I cannot wait to hear re-recorded False Reality, let me just say.
So remember the one I sent y'all way back when we were like, yeah, this is finally like almost done?
Yeah, I kind of remember.
Yeah, it's going to be 15 times better than that version.
Oh my goodness.
We're changing up the breakdown, the do bum bum bim bim. Yeah, we're changing that. We're changing that one out. It's just going to be way better. Like I don't know. It's up to the guitarist, and the drummer, but I'm here. We're gonna go crazy on it. My favorite so far is the re-recorded Deep Cuts, bro. Woo! That shit is fun.
Deep Cuts in general goes hard. So like,
yeah.
Well, so keep in mind, when those songs were recorded, I mean, we made those at my house, and then we went to this producer in our local area, and we were paying him outrageous money, and I'm not even gonna lie, the product was not that great. Like, Deep Cut sounds good, absolutely, for a band that's just starting out, but when you hear it out of this studio, you're gonna be like, whoa, because we're using a lot better amps and reamps and stuff like that, and digital effects on the guitars. That, I mean, like, we're also going to be using the same sound live, because I know people are going to be like, oh, you're going to use like fake guitars. No, we're using real guitars. We're only adding a little bit of a tone over it. But we actually, Devitalized now officially has a tone, which is good. We have like a deep, like a more, have y'all ever heard of the band, why am I blanking right now? They're from New Hampshire.
Crap. Chad. I don't know. I'm trying to think of bands like from New Hampshire.
That starts with Ghost. It has Ghost in the name.
Ghost Inside?
No.
I know.
A little bit like that. But
what if it actually is just Ghost?
No. Great American Ghost.
Yeah.
It's a similar sound to theirs. It's kind of got that like funky deathcore. It's like funky hardcore, it's got jumpy riffs, some like when we play live, y'all are going to be jumping more than and being like, hey, versus like headbanging. Y'all are going to be loving it.
I bet that fits in more with like what you like for rap too, because it's like jumpy, like hey.
So it's crazy because our producer, when we went and recorded our the most recent song, he's like, you know what I've noticed about your vocals, JP? You're very bouncy. You're very like to the melody, to the beat. You're not one of those vocalists who just kind of hop on and just start screaming. You like to go with the flow of the song, and y'all have heard the newer song, so y'all can hear it too. Like,
oh yeah, totally.
I go back and forth, and it matters. Like that shit matters to me because I like when you sound like you're up, like
when you sound like you're actually like a part of the song.
Exactly.
It's great.
When you give that song love and you're like, you know, you gotta go with the song, because some vocalists just jump on and they're like, they just start screaming. I like to scream to the flow because it's like people are gonna listen to that and go, damn, like, because if it's like a switch up.
Godslayer does that really well. Godslayer,
exactly.
Like, I remember you telling me how like Tom pretty much helped you rewrite the lyrics to go with the flow of the song more, and it sounds so good because it's just bouncing along with the riff of the guitar, and it's amazing.
Yeah, literally. Fucking, I can't wait to finish. Oh, dude, so many exciting things are happening that, like, I wish I could talk about, because there's certain things I can and there's certain things I can't. So
I'm really happy for you guys.
Same.
I've been talking with you throughout the whole process, and every time you always have something to say about the album, and I just see the excitement.
Yeah.
Well, it's a very upsetting thing, because in the beginning, when we were in Reverse the Curse and we were writing this album, we mainly just had like a blueprint of what we wanted to do. And then sadly we broke up. But that was because me and my brother wanted to have a newer name, a newer sound, and be something that's ourselves and not be called like Reverse the Curse. So then we found a new band, and then we were just playing shows left and right. Like we were playing this show, then that show, then this show, then that show.
Yeah,
and
Devitalized did a lot of shows.
Yeah.
And we were having a lot of fun. But there was a time where I was like, all right, guys, let's sit down. Let's start writing this album, because we're behind. Like, we're way behind schedule. I think we should, and this was in like September of last year. And I was like, let's have a deadline of like summer. Like, I believe that if we save up enough and like by summertime, we could have this album done. Flash forward to summer, 3 members leave. Because they went and started their own band. They did their own thing because we were all having difficulties with finding the same sound and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, whole album got deleted. All the stuff got scrapped. And me and my brother were like, fuck, now we're behind again. And then clearly we were upset. But then when we all started working with Dawson, and then we had Tay join, we were like, whoa. Because we just sat in the studio and boom, riffs were coming, songs were coming. And I'm telling you right now, y'all are going to hear this and you're going to be like, whoa. Because it's way better. Like, it's the best shit we've ever made as a band altogether. And we have a rack set up now. We have laptops. I'm rebuilding my drum kit currently. So when my drummer comes, he doesn't have to bring all his stuff because that's a pain in the ass. And he straight up was like, dude, like, I'm excited to be a part of this. And Dawson was like, I'm so excited to be a part of this. Like, we're making good music. And now that we have our rack set up and we've been practicing good and we've got these songs coming, it's like, bro, as soon as this album drops, we're going to be playing shows like left and right. That way there we can have the summer to tour and travel and have fun and do what we want to do and make a name for ourselves. And then we're going to be right back in the studio within 5 months recording a new EP, which we already have plans for. But I'm not even going to start talking about that because that's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
That's a whole can of worms.
So, that realistically you probably can't get into.
So
yeah, that's amazing.
But I'm excited, man. I hope we get picked up. I hope people, I hope people do listen to us, and I hope people do like the stuff because we've been working really, really hard on this. And I mean, bro, like the song "State of Aggression," I clearly can talk about that a little bit. Is very relatable, and it's very about stuff that's happening like today, like right now. Like it's about war, and it's about politics, and it's about like. Not specifically, like, I wouldn't say the whole, like, Jeffrey Epstein situation, but it's about stuff like that. It's about corruption and lies and being deceived.
Can I make a joke?
Yeah, go ahead.
If the Jeffrey Epstein situation had betting odds like the Super Bowl, I would be a billionaire.
Bro, facts.
Yeah.
They really dropped that shit, and then someone saw Bill Clinton, and someone walked up to Bill Clinton after all that stuff happened and was like, do you have anything...
Clip, yeah.
Do you have anything to say about the whole Jeffrey Epstein situation, and Bill just smirked at him, bro. And that's how you know these motherfuckers are caught, bro. These people are caught. They know.
I saw a video earlier. One of the comedians that was hosting like one of the award shows that they have in Hollywood and everything, like exposed them and was saying stuff about Epstein and like your best friend Jeffrey Epstein, like you perverts and everything. You could see the shocked people's faces. Yeah,
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah,
dude. That was
I love Ricky.
That was like 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, that was a while ago, and
I think it was the Oscars.
Yeah, it was one of the award shows.
It was the Oscars, and it was about 2 years ago. But it was crazy, and that was a whole thing. And you know, I guess the whole point of the situation is like they know, and now we know, and people are gonna move on with their day and not care because a lot of people are like, well, we can't do anything about it.
We can't do anything about it.
But it's fucked up. It's still fucked up.
Yeah.
I still look at it and I'm like, damn, bro, this is legit wild. Like, it really straight up was like, yeah, bro, like, they straight up were like, yes, all these people went to Jeffrey Epstein's island and probably slept with children. Stephen Hawking, bro, like, what?
How can that man even sleep? How can he even lay down?
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking is wild, bro.
All the Stephen Hawking memes.
He was all like, come here. Oh yeah, baby.
Oh.
Oh, he was like, I'm about to wow. I'm about to wow. Oh yeah. Like, type in his keys like super fast.
Yeah, it's so funny.
That shit is hilarious, bro.
That had me weak.
Had him weak too.
Supposedly he liked watching naked midgets do equations on high up places. Like, he liked watching midgets struggle. Like, he liked watching little people struggle to like write equations. He would like, it would be like high up and they wouldn't have a step stool or something, so they'd have to like jump. And I guess that turned him on. Like, what? Like, what was bro on? Like, bro discovered like black holes. And he was into shit like that. That is crazy, bro. Like, to each their own, but like, I don't know, bro. Like, that's a little much. That's a little weird. Like, do you even think bro actually got turned on though? Like, he was crippled. Like, completely. Man. Like, completely crippled. And like, that sucks, but I don't know, like, if he was really fucking with kids, bro, that's disgusting, bro. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was probably like, well, there's nothing else to lose. I mean, like, that man was talking through a computer. So I guess maybe like for him, he was all like, oh, but it's still gross. Like, it's fucked up. Like, it's terrible, bro. It's truly terrible. Yeah. Jeffrey Epstein, bro. Okay, he did not kill him.
Should we cut that out? Should we cut that whole rant fart out, or should we just should we go
probably
up to you if you want to? We should put that on the Patreon. Make people pay to hear that.
The Patreon.
Uncut, raw and uncut. I don't know. I mean,
considering JP said midget and cripple, he might get attacked for that one.
I might get I mean, he is crippled. He is crippled.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? He's dead. No. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead, and he was crippled. Did he die?
No. We'll put it on the Patreon.
Yes, he's dead.
I'll have the edited version. I'll have the raw, uncut versions.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. No hate. Like, no hate on me, bro. But, like, he was, like, into some weirdo shit, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
And it's fucking sad, bro, because a lot of people saw Stephen Hawking as, like, God. You know, he was a very important
figure.
I mean, he did a lot of shit for science and, like, and now this motherfucker's, like, fucking little people, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. It's a whole thing.
Alrighty, everyone. That's going to do it for our first episode of Sewer Sesh. Thank you all for watching. We hope to do this again in the future, maybe with even some potential band members.
Oh, yeah. I might have Dawson on very soon. I would love to have. He wants to, so.
Sweet.
Great.
Any final words, boys?
Goes for Devitalized on all platforms.
Woo.
New song coming out February 22nd, 2024.
Nice.
Hughes, any last words?
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Farewell, my friends.